VAMP, Chapter 17. I was working at the bar Saturday night when I smelled Aden coming in. I could tell he was upset and confused. "Let me know if there's anything else I can get for you," I said as I set down 2 burger baskets in front of an old couple. I walked back behind the bar and went over to where Aden was sitting. "What's wrong?" I asked. "I just found out Ryan isn't going with us this weekend." "Really?" He was really quick about it on the phone. Didn't even say hello. He just said he wouldn't be working with us this winter season. He shrugged his shoulders. I really just figured he was drunk last night and being an idiot, and we would speak about it, and we would speak like 2 adults about it today and move on. "Well," I said, "I can do his part and mine, so don't worry about finding anyone to replace him. Do you want anything to eat?" "No, I just wanted to come in and see you and talk to you," he said, winking at me. I smiled and leaned in towards him. "Are you spending the night?" His smile said yes. "What time are you getting closed up?" he asked. "I think I'll be home around 10. Hank is doing inventory tonight, so he's sticking around to close it all up. You can go over whenever you want, watch movies, eat, use the hot tub." "I think I'll take you up on that offer," he said. He leaned in and gave me a kiss. It gave me little butterflies in my stomach. I pulled away and looked at him. He looked particularly sexy today. His hair was down and curly, and he had on a gray t-shirt that showed off the tan he'd gotten in Florida, and his baggy work jeans. I refrained from acting on all my inappropriate thoughts, and just said, "Well, I'll see you there when I get done." After he left, I finished doing my side work and waited for tables to clear out. By 10 o'clock, it was completely empty, and I said goodnight to Hank and ran home. Once there, I found Aden in the living room watching something on the History Channel. "Hey babe, how was work?" he asked. I smiled at him. Everything seemed so normal, like we were a normal human couple who came home every day from our normal human jobs and made a normal human dinner and put our normal human kids to bed. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, but I liked the way our normal felt right now. I sat down next to him. "What are you watching?" And as I turned to look at the TV, I saw that he was watching a documentary on Vlad the Impaler. Interesting. So much for normal, I thought. "Sorry, I can change it. It was really the only thing I found even somewhat entertaining," Aden said as he reached for the remote. "No, it's okay. I've actually never seen it." I sat down next to him on the couch. "What have you learned so far?" He wasn't liked by very many people. Seems like a shady kind of guy to me. Built that entire castle as a fort, and it was strategically genius. When it ended, we both sat there in silence for a minute. I was searching for anything to break the weird silence between us when the hot tub caught my eye. "Perfect. Let's go relax outside in the hot tub," I said. I flew upstairs and grabbed him a pair of shorts and threw on a swimsuit of my own. We made our way to the hot tub. I had installed it right before the barbecue and barely had a chance to use it since. It was the perfect night for it also, because the colors of the aurora borealis were beautiful and streaked across the sky. We sat in the warm water and stared up into the sky at the shifting lights. The only clouds that we could see were Aden's exhales as he sat back against the side of the hot tub, resting his head on the edge and exhaling up into the sky. He'd had a pretty eventful week and handled it like a champ, especially with Mason. He could be an overwhelming presence. I was impressed. Damn it, I really like him, I thought. He caught me staring at him and awkwardly ran his hands through his hair. It was down and the ends were freezing because of the below zero temp. "What?" he asked. "Nothing, really. I was just thinking about last week." "Are you doing okay?" he asked. "Oh yeah, I'm good, and I'm happy with it all. I just wanted to thank you for everything you did this week. It really meant a lot to me to have you there, and it had to be a lot to process. I mean, Mason alone is a lot to process, then my whole cousin thing." "No thanks needed, babe," he said as he watched me swim over to his side. "I'm just happy when I get to spend time with you." He booped me on the nose with his finger as I came up next to him and relaxed. I tilted my head back and gazed up at the stars as well for the rest of the evening. On Sunday, we packed up the boat, and by Monday evening we were back out at sea. The water and weather were calm so far, so there really hadn't been much excitement. The crew was sleeping because we were going to be up early to start dropping pots. Roy and I had finished cleaning up after dinner, and I was walking up to the captain's post with a cup of coffee for Aden. I set it on the coaster next to his maps and wrapped my arm around him. The waves ahead were small, and we were floating along with minimal rocking and pitching. "How's it going up here?" I asked. "It's going. Looking like a peaceful night," he said, paused and took a sip of his coffee. "I'm just wondering what's up with Ryan. I mean, he's always been a little bitch whenever he doesn't get what he wants. But him quitting the crew, something's up. This is his life," Aden said as he gestured towards the open water. "I guess you'll just have to talk to him when you get home." Aden nodded in agreement, and we didn't discuss it again for the rest of the trip. Overall, we had one of the best hauls, and James was pretty excited to get Allie something extra and nice for Christmas. We had dropped off all of the crab by Wednesday evening, and were making our way back to dock on Thursday. The rest of the trip had been pretty boring. No life-saving rescues were needed, and Ryan's absence hadn't hindered their work at all. That evening, Roy manned the ship while Aden relaxed below deck with the guys, while I made a nice end-of-work meal. I was watching them all laugh and being boys while I flipped flapjacks and stirred up the eggs. I found myself incredibly relaxed and happy. I had a glass of blood out on the counter that no one even questioned or hesitated to think twice about. Everything just sort of flowed, and I found myself thinking I could get quite used to this.